openly gay comics to bring his full, authentic self to the stage.
Pick a team, honey. You're annoying everyone. No, I'm kidding. Be whoever you are. I know the kids today. You're a man, you're a woman, you know, you're them, they, thus, you know. You're liquid, you're fluid, you're on a shelf, you're in a box. It's all... Are you guys having okay? Yeah, because you look like you don't know what the hell's going on.
So good.
Okay.
Well, that's just one side of Jason, the actor, comedian, filmmaker, and LGBTQ plus trailblazer, is bringing that same fearless voice to his new film, Redlining, and critics are paying attention. I don't know if you guessed, but Jason's here.
Hi, Jason.
I don't want to be too subtle about it.
I am. I'm very excited to be here. Could someone please take a picture of me? This looks so fabulous.
This is your timeline.
Do you love this?
I had no idea I had this great of a career. I really did.
You do? Yeah. Well, this is your life. Behind door number 2 is going to come.
Yeah. It is really weird because I'm sitting with a guy that came before, the psychiatrist, writer, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, God, I need to read your book. You know, my childhood was...
Yes, but your childhood, which is wild, and I encourage you all, we're not going to get into the details now, but I encourage you all to read about you and just see what you went through. But comedy came from your child because instead of people making fun of you, you beat them to the punch and you made fun of yourself.
Very Barbara Streisand, very funny girl.
Right, exactly.
Nice.
But that was your strategy.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I grew up in a house. My father was a Holocaust survivor, and my mother was a beautician and loved to have sex with the neighbors. But my mom was very flamboyant, very crazy. She was married 4 times. 2 she married, 2 she killed. And my dad was great. He was, you know, he was an incredible man. He came to New York, and he came here from after the Holocaust, 1949, and he became a janitor in a necktie manufacturing company. And then he became a cutter of ties, and he learned to do this in a really special way. And they loved him in LA. We moved to LA. I didn't want to go. You know, I was 9 months old. The car was moving. I was very short. I had no choice. You know, my brother tortured me the entire way.
As brothers do.
All my food were thrown out the window. I swear to God, and diapers.
And diapers.
Hopefully
that's what my mother told me. She said, "He ruined everything."
Driving the Impala, that's my mother. Smoking a cigarette, no car seat.
1962, white Impala with the baby blue seats, plastic, and the things you could push down on.
Yes, the ashtray in the middle.
Exactly, yeah.
How has your comedy grown with you? Are you just like, I have lived and I don't even care, I'm just going to say what I'm saying?
Well, you know, it's so funny. 2 years ago, I did a special on Amazon with a bunch of out gay comics. And they were all, you know, completely bi and trans, and that's where that bit came from.
Right.
Every, you know, non-binary, and you know, and I thought to myself, my God, these kids are absolutely incredible. They're so themselves. And there was one gal who was a lesbian, and you know, I was thinking like my mother. If she could just wear a little lipstick, that's all I'm asking. You know, and if that guy would just press his shirt, they were just so completely unapologetic about who they were, and that's what I wanted to be. And when I was a kid and, you know, watching Funny Girl with Barbara Streisand, that's who she was. She was so unapologetic about who she was. And me, I'm still working on that.
Can we talk about Geraldo for 1 second?
Oh, sure.
Because you came out, you came out in shows, but you came out like officially to a national audience on Geraldo in like 93.
1993.
But I do want to talk about the name of the episode, and it was Unconventional Comedians.
Wow.
So you being gay was unconventional.
Well, every
you.
comedian was unconventional.
Right.
It was the stupidest title.
Yeah.
But he kissed me at the end of the show. We had a relationship for 3 years.
In
my mind.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was a different time.
It changed my entire life.
Yeah.
It really did.
For good or bad?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it's hard to say. You know, it was such a long time ago. Yes, it's a better life, but it would have been easier to be straight. Do I want to be straight? No. Did I just meet a great guy? Yes. Do I hope yeah.
What's his name?
I can't spell.
He doesn't want to say.
I do. Okay, I'll say Joey.
I love
Hi, Joey.
I do too.
He's a great guy.
I don't know if I love him yet. I don't
Are
say
you
that.
official? Like, are you
No.
official?
It's very new.
Okay.
Mazel.
Thank you.
We got to talk about your film.
Yes, Redlining, which unbelievable. You tug at heartstrings. You go straight into it.
Did you watch it?
I watched the trailer. I
Oh,
have
okay.
not watched. I'm waiting for a personal invite.
You'll come to the festival.
Please.
I'm going to get on the train right after this.
Tell us what it's about.
It's a film. If people don't know what redlining is, first, it's where there's realtors that have a map, and black people live here, Hispanic people live here, gays here, Jews there, and they want to separate people. And the idea of not being able to live in a neighborhood where you can move your way up. And it's about a black family and a white family in 1974. And when all the parents pass away, who gets the house and why? It's about generational wealth, which is really important because I think that's the biggest problem that we have in the country.
Yeah.
I really do. The idea that you can, I know that I'm being able to be here today because of generational wealth. I knew choices. I knew people helped me up. People pulled me up. And when I met Viola Davis a couple years ago at a gifting suite, excuse me.
Excuse you.
Yeah.
Just threw that one out there.
Through a publicist. You got to pay for all this.
That was 6 name drops in one.
Well, I got 7. But I read her book, and I didn't even say hello to her. I just said, hey, you know, you are my spirit animal. Everything that you went through, I so understand in terms of the emotional feelings of not feeling like you don't fit in.
Right.
And I didn't fit in anywhere. I didn't exist. And honestly, I was kidding around, but to see this here behind me, it's so nice that you did this. It just makes me feel like, man, you know, I really have done something lately.
You did it.
You sure have.
And I'm so busy sometimes working and sitting in my apartment, you know, on my computer doing interviews and doing auditions, and you totally forget that, oh my God, that was the Ella Fitzgerald thing, and that was special, and that was a Tangerine, and that's Birth of a Nation, and that's whoever did this. Who did this? They're great. Thank you.
Our producers.
One of our producers.
Well, thank you.
So I want you and Joey pour a glass of wine, and I want you to reminisce about your career because it was fabulous.
No, I want to talk about him. I don't want it to be all about me.
No, not about you, but just reminisce in your
Just
mind
about you.
because it's fabulous to have you here as well. Thank you for being here.
This is really great. And we were together a number of years ago, so this is really nice to come back.
Thank you. Please come back more.
Oh, and they have all the information.
We're about to tell it.
Look,
Okay,
don't
great.
forget.
We're going to do the business.
He's at the Gotham Comedy Club this Monday. Look for his movie, Redlining.
Hip Hop Film Festival.
Nice.
Yes.
Love it.
Fantastic.
Amazing.
Love it. Thank you.